At 4, focused on you.
We begin at 4 with breaking news out of Kansas City. Within just the last 20 minutes, we've learned one person is dead and at least 15 others are hurt following a shooting at the end of the Chiefs Super Bowl parade. 2 people are now in custody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brent Solomon.
And I'm Kay Quinn. 5 on your side's Laura Barcheski is working to learn more about the shooting. She joins us now with the latest. Laura.
Yes, Kay and Brent, I just finished listening to a press conference where, as you said, 2 people were detained for questioning. It was a very scary situation, and just a few minutes ago, I also talked on the phone with a man from St. Louis who was in Kansas City for the parade. He says he heard the shots and police yelling as this all unfolded earlier today. The Kansas City police chief just wrapped up that news conference. She said in addition to the one person that was killed, between 15 to 20 were injured. We don't know all of their conditions, but 3 of them are in critical condition, 5 in serious condition. 1 has non-life-threatening injuries, and they determined the shots were fired on the west side of Union Station. Investigators say more than 800 law enforcement officers were there to protect people before, during, and after the parade. And the mayor says he's shocked, angry, and was actually there with his family and saw all of this unfold. Now, right now, police say they are still working to clear the surrounding areas and businesses, and will continue to update you as we learn more, Kay.
All right, thank you, Laura. Political leaders are reacting to the shooting. Missouri Governor Mike Parson shared this on Twitter. He says he wants to thank the Missouri Highway Patrol, Kansas City Police, and security officers for their quick actions. Mayor Tashora Jones also expressed her sympathy online, saying in part, "My thoughts are with our fellow Missourians and all of those whose lives continue to be affected by gun violence."
We will continue to follow this breaking story for you on air and online. Find the latest on KSDK.com and on the 5 on Your Side app.
Right now, an off-duty police officer is recovering at home after being shot early this morning in St. Louis. He and 2 others were trying to stop people from breaking into cars overnight when the suspects opened fire. Hours later, U.S. Marshals were tracking a stolen car linked to that crime and opened fire on suspects along Lexington Avenue, striking one of them in the hand. 5 on Your Side's Diamond Palmer is live outside St. Louis Police Headquarters with the very latest. Diamond.
Well, Kay, police tell us that they have taken 4 people into custody in connection to the overnight shooting and as well as the incident along Lexington Avenue. Now, this all started overnight on North Broadway in North St. Louis. Police say 2 off-duty officers and another man were inside of a private business when they saw people outside breaking into cars. When they went outside to confront them, the suspects immediately opened fire. One of the officers was shot in the back and grazed in the head, and he was treated and later released from the hospital. Then, just before noon today, police stopped an SUV on Norwood Drive in North St. Louis. 2 suspects in that SUV were arrested and 2 others took off on Lexington Avenue. Now, ring camera footage shows 1 shot being fired. And then police confirmed to us that shooting involved a U.S. Marshal and resulted in one of those suspects being injured in the hand.
These individuals were possibly involved in this morning's incident where a St. Louis City police officer was shot. Okay, so they were possibly involved in that, but they were occupying a stolen vehicle that was used in numerous car cloudings throughout the region.
Now, police do tell us that these crimes remain open and active in investigation, and they are still searching for answers this evening. Of course, if you or anyone you know has information, you are urged to call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Reporting live here at St. Louis Police Headquarters, Diamond Palmer, 5 on Your Side.
After almost 2 weeks in the hospital, a 13-year-old girl who was shot in Alton has died. On February 3rd, Renaya Stewart was shot while standing on a porch of a home on Highland Avenue. Police say she was not the intended target. 3 men are in jail accused in the shooting. Keith Sanders, Alden Perry III, and Rayshon Colvin, all charged with attempted first-degree murder. Argestina Coronel will have more from the family of the teen tonight on 5 on Your Side at 5 and 6.
We now know the names of 2 people found dead inside of a home in Baldwin. Authorities discovered the bodies of 87-year-old Mary Monson and 50-year-old John Monson on January 30th. They were mother and son. Police tell us they were dead for at least 2 weeks before a mail carrier called police to check the home. There were no signs of trauma. Autopsy results still pending.
The female driver who hit a school bus and then took off is now in jail. The bus overturned at I-44 in Grand in St. Louis this morning. A St. Louis Public Schools spokesperson says no students were on board. A driver and another adult who worked for the bus company went to the hospital. Officers stopped the driver of the car who hit the bus a few miles away. They arrested her. Both bus employees are expected to be okay.
Time now for your weather first forecast. In just a moment, we have some live images over downtown. What a beautiful Valentine's Day in the bi-state with some surprisingly warm temperatures for February. Chief Meteorologist Scott Cano now with a closer look.
Well, Brent, it's been the story so far this month, much above average temperatures for us. That'll change, at least for a couple of days as we head towards the weekend. But if you have plans this evening to take your Valentine out, boy, what a lovely evening it is. You're looking out in St. Charles. Traffic's rolling along there along 70 as you pass that Zumbel exit. All across the area, we've been above average today. Most of us in the metro have been around or a little above 60. 63 in Creve Coeur, Cahokia Heights at 62, 58 over in Troy, Illinois. There's a look at the Central West End, and yes, it's a bright sky across the area. There are changes happening, though, as we head through the next few days. The cooler air will start filtering in overnight tonight into tomorrow. Colder air comes in on Friday, lingering into Saturday. On Friday, it's a light mix we'll see that transitions to mostly wet snow. The roads will get wet, perhaps even slushy, as temperatures are expected to hover right around or a little above freezing while that snow falls. We'll track it out with Futurecast in just a few minutes, Brent.
All right, Scott, thank you. Today, a judge sentenced the man who shot and killed an area football coach to 60 years in prison. Jazz Granderson was shot and killed by Kurt Wallace during a carjacking in 2017. Granderson was a football coach at DeSmet High School. Wallace pled guilty to the shooting in addition to a string of other carjackings. Mike Bush sat down with Jazz Granderson's father today. Look for that report tonight at 10.
Ever wonder how the TSA screens for explosives at airport checkpoints? We get a demonstration from a local handler and his canine.
And it's the day of love. Wedding bells ringing in the Loop, the unique spot where you can get married for free today.
And a big thank you to all who've sent Valentine's Day photos, which we will be sharing with you throughout the show. Here is Maureen Bettman's good boy Teddy sending his hearts to all of his Valentines. Robin Gutman shared this with us.